I'm being joined now on the program by Director of Startup Hub, Chibuike Agwene. And today on the program, our conversation is going to be focused on how SMEs, the small, medium enterprises, can achieve economic rapid growth through strategic partnership. Good morning, Chibuike, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, let's look at what we know. Nigeria has a growing population of small and medium enterprises, and maybe they've not been contributing as much as they should have to the economy. But has the sector actually received adequate support to encourage it to contribute to the economy?
Well, it depends on who you are asking. Those people who are running successful businesses will tell you it's relatively okay. But generally, I don't think they are receiving the kind of support that they need to grow. But I don't think that also is enough excuse for young people that have bright ideas not to actually accelerate whatever they are doing. Of course, there's no business that actually have all they need to move to the next level. So it's always a question of how do you make use of what is available to take your business to the next level. So in terms of support, generally, I don't think the kind of support that we need to move forward is available. But of course, both the state government across the various states and federal government, they are doing quite a lot to support SMEs now, unlike before. So there's a lot of support that is coming on board, but of course, it's not enough to say that we have the kind of support that we need to actually move forward.
Well, you kept mentioning government, and whether the federal or the state governments giving support. What about the private sector? They also can support small and medium enterprises, because we're not just looking at a situation of only young people being, small and medium enterprise operators. We also have people from the middle age, to a slightly older demography as well, being SME operators. And so why can't, or isn't it also appropriate to have the private sector supporting SME operators?
Okay, I think when I mention government is in terms of the business environment, because generally it's you that will drive your business. And when you talk about the private sector, maybe organizations that have already established and they are already institutionalized organizations, the partnership can come, its support can come in form of partnership. And I think that's where most SMEs in Nigeria and Africa generally, they've not taken advantage of strategic partnership to build a strong business structure and also to improve their competitive edge. So most of them have not opened up their businesses for strategic partnership, which is very, very crucial. So most businesses in the private sector, they will come in terms of partnership. Because they are also in business to make money.
Exactly.
So if you're talking to them about support and all that, you need to open up your business. You begin to discuss what kind of support do you need and what is in need for them. So that's when you talk about strategic partnership.
Well, just before we continue on that line, could this be the reason why we seem to have a high mortality rate of SMEs in Nigeria, because there is no strategic partnership or support, as the case may be?
Yeah, to a great extent, it contributes a lot, because if you look at the business development life cycle, from the seed stage to startup, from startups to growing business, and then you come to established, and of course expansion before maturity. It comes to a point that you think that you've arrived. From seed, when it's still an idea, to startup, you've jump-started the business, you then start growing. At a point, it comes to a point that you already have the customer, you believe that you have the market, you're making money.
So there's a tendency to relax.
There's a tendency to relax, and that's a very dangerous stage to be in. It's just like an established institution that is at maturity stage. So when you come to that point that you feel that you are there, two things can happen. Is either you move forward or you move down. That's when some of them exit. Because, well, at that point, you're making use of all the resources that you have, all the capacity that you have. But for you to actually expand, you need more resources that is not available in your business. So that resources could be more finance. You need financial injection into the business. And most financial institutions, probably they will not be able to give you. Some of them are already opening up to support SMEs in terms of soft loan and all that. But then beyond finance, you need maybe technical competence that you don't have in-house. And because it's a small business, you approach somebody that possesses that kind of capability, the person may not be willing to come on board for you to pay. You can't afford to pay such a person. That means you have to actually move forward through strategic partnership. So partnership can come in various forms. And that is what most SMEs, they are running away from. Because when you get to that point, when you have customers, you have people buying, you look at your cash flow, it's regular and you're making profit, you think that already for you to be succeeding, others are looking at you. Definitely. So that means there's opportunity in this. So that means competitions will come on board. There will be a lot of competitions. And when that competition is coming on board, you are not even aware that something is happening somewhere else. And they will come with competitive edge. They will not come to offer the same thing that you're offering. They are coming with superior value. And you've already exhausted your capability. So what do you do at that point? You need strategic partnership, you need strategic alliance to expand your business, to grow beyond the level that
but there's this argument that I want to put forward, and I don't know how logical it's going to be, because you see, in terms of wanting to be to have the competitive edge in business, everybody has their own ideas and innovations and what they want to promote. Now, if I want to partner with another company that I probably will look at like a spanner in my works, because we're probably doing the same business, but then he seems or she seems to be making more profit than I am because of where or his business is located strategically, so to speak, and the kind of persons that the person gets to network with. Now, there's this feeling that some operators will be getting that if, for instance, I partner with this person, won't the person steal my ideas and run me out of business? And so at the end of the day, I'm left with nothing because I have partnered with such a company.
Okay, I think that is a very major issue that most SMEs have, and I've had the privilege of consulting for many of them, and this is what they keep saying, that my idea. You come to a point in that business development life cycle when the business is bigger than you as an individual.
If it's bigger than me, doesn't mean it should be stolen from me.
Yes, not stolen. Strategic partnership comes in various forms. Let me give you maybe 5 or 6 of them. One, it could be in terms of sales, corporations. For instance, I have a business in Lagos and there's a market opportunity for me in the north. I don't have the channels to push that business in the north. What do? There's a local partner that is the brand is already known there. So I could actually make use of that channel to push that business forward in the north. And that's one of the ways that you can actually partner through that sales corporation. Another way is what is called original equipment manufacturer. Let's say, for instance, we use desktop computers. You know, Intel, when Dell says you buy a computer from Dell or you buy a computer from HP, what happens? You also buy Intel product if they use Intel processor.
True.
But you are not buying it directly from Intel. So what happened? They are selling that through another channel. Now you can develop a product and there's a market for it, but you have a big player, a brand that is already known, and what you do, you can actually push it forward through that brand. And the product can actually, in some cases, be sold with the brand's name. Or if you have a larger market, maybe your brand is known more than the brand that you want to channel, but it's just that they have the channel, you can still use your name. Another way that corporations you can actually partner is in terms of joint venture or developing joint development.
You see, let me just quickly cut you here, because you see, a lot of SMEs do not understand that it's not just the big companies that can do joint ventures. Small companies as well can do joint ventures. So when you're speaking to operators like that, do you try to encourage them to go into joint ventures?
Yes, in most cases, yes. In fact, that is the fastest way to growth, through joint venture. Because, the joint venture can come in various forms. You can talk about maybe joint development on a particular project. I have a project to develop as an SME, and maybe my production capacity, if it's a production company, is 10 or 100, and I have a particular contract now to supply 1,000. And of course, my production capability cannot meet that. And this is just a demand that comes on board once in a while. So it's not for me to go and expand the business to start producing 1,000. So what do? I look for another company that can actually produce that, and we enter into that joint venture development. So both of us can actually develop that and sign the agreement. The terms will be well defined. So that is a way to move forward. But some people will reject that offer because what they don't have that capability. And why would they say that they don't want another person to benefit? If you look all over the world, the businesses that were established, even in Nigeria, that these are established institutions, go and read the history of those companies. You see the role that strategic partnership plays. Nobody can say, I know it all. SMEs, when you're growing, basically, their focus is on their core competence, which could actually be in terms of product development, the product they've developed. But business is more than the product. Business is even more than the fact that you have a cash flow. It's about the model. It's about the system that you've put in place. And part of it is to continuously seek out for more opportunities.
So these ventures, sorry to cut you there, these ventures that we're talking about, what's the lifespan or what's the life circle that you should have? Should it be short-term, medium-term or long-term? Maybe depending on what services or what areas they're seeking to work with. But then some operators always feel that they might not probably get the best of whatever it is that they're trying to partner with these companies for, and so they sometimes miss the point entirely that it's not supposed to be a long-term thing. It should be a short to medium-term thing.
Yes, that's what I mentioned. Some try to differentiate joint development from joint venture. Joint development in the sense that you have a product, you have a contract, and you want to develop this. In that case, you can even do joint development with your competitor. It's a question of, okay, let me give you an instance. I have a printing, if you have a printing company, and like the example I gave before, I have your capacities to produce or to print 100, and you now have a contract to do what? 1,000. So who are you going to call to do that? It's your competitor. But what do you want to do? So that one have a lifespan. Is your joint development agreement is based on that product. You develop it and you move forward. So it depends. Now, if you're signing a contract, maybe the original equipment manufacturer, you want to develop a product, but you don't have the capacity to push it into the market, and you want to do that through another company that is already an established brand, you can have a long term. It all varies. It depends on the kind of agreement that you want to enter. And some, in most cases, I encourage SMEs generally to explore those opportunities, because actually cooperative or strategic cooperation or strategic alliance or strategic partnership, whichever way you want to look at it, is for me is an essential management tool for SMEs. And in most cases, they neglect it. They neglect it because they've not seen the potentials in that. And what is the implication? Their business remain at that state. Because you must come to a point that the business requires more than your competence, more than the competencies that you guys possess, your entire team. So what do? You need to attract. And when we talk about it, can also come in form of equity. And most people, when you say open up your business for equity investment, their mind always go to financial. These people are going to bring money. Equity investor can bring something else that is not money. You can attract, maybe your business requires credibility. It's a business that you need to trade with integrity. There are people that have been in that sector or in that industry for years, maybe 20 years and 30 years, and probably you're just 3 years into the business. So you can attract those people to buy share in your company. What is the implication? They are transferring their track record to you.